Hey, folks, sorry about the minor delay there. 8:02 this morning. Apologize for that. We're supposed to be ready at 8. I didn't realize my camera froze up on me until Emily called the studio to say, hey, you're frozen up, not coming through. So I apologize for that. 8:03 this morning, running a minute behind. Emily, how are you? I hope you had a great weekend. I hope everybody out there had a great weekend. Do me a favor while I have that up, text me. I'm very interested in this for a reason. Text me and tell me what happened on this day in history. 706-889-9700. Text me and tell me what happened on this day in history. All right, folks. So let me be clear on. So good morning. Glad to be back. Monday morning. Emily, I've got everything in front of me. So if the screen freezes up again, let me know. Let's be clear on something, okay? Let's be clear on something. Governor Brian Kemp, and you're going to say this is very harsh. You may think the word is a little strong, okay? That's what you may think. Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia, Jeffrey Duncan, Lieutenant Governor, as President Trump calls him, Jeffrey Duncan, okay? Brad Raffensperger and Gabriel Sterling. They hate the President of the United States. Now, I know you're thinking, well, wait a minute, that's a little... No. They hate the President of the United States. They do, okay? So I enjoyed Saturday night down in Valdosta. Let's be clear. We'll call it 30,000 people, okay? Now, releases a statement. Him and who was the guy that wore the tan, had the tan, too much of it. Is it George Hamilton? Okay. Him and Jeffrey Duncan, number 24. Give me 24, okay? And Georgia Republican statement on election outcome. Doing this in order to select a separate slate of presidential electors is not an option that is allowed under state or federal law. Lieutenant Governor Jeffrey Duncan and Governor Brian Kemp. Now, I want to say something, and I'm going to elaborate on this in a little bit. All right. Notice who is not signed on to this statement. Okay. Notice who is not signed on. Give me number 45. Here is the statement. Okay. Here's the statement right here. All right. Lieutenant Governor Jeffrey Duncan, Governor Kemp and Lieutenant Governor Jeffrey Duncan issue statement on request for special session for Georgia Assembly. Today, Governor Brian P. Kemp and Lieutenant Governor Jeffrey. I feel like I should have like a Colonel Sanders suit on. Colonel Sanders, doing it in my voice here. I say, a nice southern tea. And, what the hell? Let me get past this. Issued a following joint statement regarding call from four Georgia state senators for a special session. While we understand the members of the Georgia Senate are requesting the convening of a special session of the General Assembly, doing it in order to select a separate slate of presidential electors is not an option that is allowed under state and federal law. We'll argue that in a minute. I feel that is totally bull, SH asterisk asterisk. Totally. Look, Kemp hates Donald Trump. He hates the man. Donald J. Trump picked up the phone and said, Governor Kemp, how are you? How you been since I stood on that stage and making against Stacey Abrams? Governor Kemp, how are you? How have you been since I tweeted out that I think you'd be a better governor than Casey Cagle? How are you, Governor Kemp? How have you been down there in Georgia in the governor's mansion? How are you? That might not be exactly how it went, but Trump picks up the phone and says, Kemp, how are you? Good. Okay. What I'd like for you to do, I'm just making a nice request. It'd be nice if Congressman Doug Collins, Congressman Doug Collins stepped up to the plate for Georgia. He stepped up to the plate for me, the Republican Party, all the way across. I kindly would like for you to appoint Congressman Doug Collins to the Senate. Kemp says, oh, hell. Oh, hell. That's a problem. You see, I've already got something worked out with somebody else, Mr. President. Well, just saying. So it has been, I'm going to call it that day, all right? And it hasn't gone well since. But something I want to stay with here, number 24, because January 5th, we will go, and the president came, look, hell, I'm going to have too much fun today, okay? This is going to be enjoyable. Give me number, let's look at one of the crowd pictures. Give me number 40, okay? So number 40 is just a little bit of the crowd from Valdosta on Saturday night. 30,000 people. The guy is no longer running for president of the United States currently. Okay, the election is over. We just don't know the results at this time. I for one, believe that the corruption outweighs the media's attempt to tell us what the results are. Okay, so anyhow, oh, by the way, those suitcases, you did not see those suitcases. Now, I know everybody is saying, but they've identified this person and they identified this person. I got it. Everybody's identified. But according to the media, you did not see those suitcases. And according to the media reports, okay, and Raffensperger's not pushed back. And everybody, according to the media, those suitcases that you see in Atlanta at State Farm Arena or wherever it was at 10:45 on the timeline, they were legitimately under there. They were set up to be counted at the appropriate time, like everybody gone. But anyhow, you didn't see it. You're sitting out there, America, and you're seeing everything. And legitimately there is something bad wrong. And that's the light of it. Bad wrong, calling it criminal, all right? Downright criminal. But we have people like Kemp and Lieutenant Governor Duncan. The thing that gets me, and it cracks me up, their asses are gone. They're gone, okay? Kemp's ass is gone. I don't know what he'll be doing next. I mean, selling insurance, I don't know what the hell he'll be doing next. I don't know. Maybe he'd be maybe he'd be a lobbyist. I don't know. Maybe he'll drive his big truck and transport illegals to construction sites. I don't know what he'll be doing next. Kemp is gone, okay? Jeffrey Duncan, his baseball career is over, and his lieutenant governor career is right with it. So, he had a shoulder injury or whatever. Duncan has thrown his last fastball in politics. He's done, okay? Raffensperger, finished. A nice guy. I would have lunch with him. I know he doesn't like me. I think he's a nice, polite man. He's finished. He's gone, okay? Where was I going with all this? But anyhow, they're finished. Who did not sign? Oh, here it is. You see this Saturday night? This man is not campaigning, not running for anything. 30,000 people still show up. Who was not on? Well, how are you so sure they're gone? I'll tell you how they're gone in a minute. Who did not sign the joint statement? I can hear you through the camera. Would you shut the hell up and tell us? Number 24, put it back up, okay? Ralston didn't sign it this time. Now, for those of you out there, our national viewers, because we do have some. Oh, by the way, Jeffrey, let me say something directly to you. I think you're a nice guy. Jeffrey, you were in my office. We talked baseball for about 20 minutes in my office, and I enjoyed that. One day you came and you visited me. This is when you were running in the primary, and somebody brought you, and you were in LJ, and somebody brought you over to say hello, and we sat in my office for about 20 minutes, and I enjoyed our conversation. But you have told people that I am not relevant. Like, is it irrelevant? Irrelevant? Is that how you pronounce it? And that's what you said, that I, BKP, am not relevant. That's fine, Jeffrey. I got no problem with that. The president is relevant. I don't have to be, Jeffrey. I didn't get up this morning to see if you think I'm relevant. But let me show you somebody, Jeffrey, that is relevant. Number one. Give me number one. Gee, what a surprise. Has anyone informed the so-called, says he has no power to do anything, Governor Brian Kemp and his puppet? Well, let me tell you something. I, for one, don't have my hand up your ass as a puppet. I don't know who does, Jeffrey. I probably should not have said that. Forgive me, Lord, for what I've done. So anyhow, you know, a puppet, Jeffrey. You've been called a puppet, okay? It's been implied that you are the governor's puppet, Jeff Duncan, Governor Jeff Duncan, that they should easily solve this mess and win signature verification and call a special session so easy. I'm not relevant, but he is. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Trump has his elephant gun out. And I'm going to show. Ralston didn't sign on. You better have the takeaway. He did not sign on. Now, the very first statement when this all started, and I'm going to just use my own opinion here, not like that's not what I do generally, right? But when everything started, there was a joint, okay, immediately, right after the election, there was a joint statement. Governor Kemp, Lieutenant Governor Duncan, and House Speaker David Ralston, they put out a really short statement that, you know, at this time, you know, they didn't see, you know, they did not see a need to have a special session and would not be calling one, okay? So that was a couple weeks ago, right? But in the last couple of weeks, we have seen a couple different things take place. In fact, the suitcases, all right? So in the statement released yesterday, House Speaker in Georgia, David Ralston, didn't sign on. Maybe he does not agree. We don't know. But we do know this. We do know this for a fact. Okay? Get the Doug Collins, the one I have marked Doug Collins ready. Okay? Now, 36. Let's go to this, number 36. So supposedly the Washington Post has done a survey by all of the members, Republican members of Congress, House and Senate, and they only come up with like 27 or 25 that say Trump has lost the election publicly. So Trump sends out a tweet. 25? Wow, I'm surprised there were so many. We have just begun the fight. Please send me a list of the 25 rhinos. I read the fake news Washington Post as little as possible. The 25 rhinos. Interesting. So if Trump gets a list, this is why you better pay attention, because it's not Donald Trump here. It is the leader of the party, Donald Trump. But Americans have had it. And we're going to show you that they've had it. Not Republicans, not Democrats. Americans have had it. This thing's going to blow up, folks. It is going to blow up. And Americans are not just looking for your Christmas handout, the government's handout for Christmas gifts, as you want us to sit back and not have any work, unemployment, losing our homes, losing our businesses, okay? The government wants to save us. They always want to save us. But taking that list of rhinos, Saturday night, Governor Brian Kemp, I hope you're watching. Roll the tape, it says Doug Collins.
We're thrilled to be joined tonight by some real friends of all of ours, Representatives Doug Collins, who's fantastic. And by the way, I got to tell you, as you know, he and Kelly had a great primary, a very strong primary. They both did fantastically well, and he is on board, and he is one of the greatest advocates I've ever met in Washington. I want to thank Doug Collins. Where's Doug? Thank you, Doug. What a job he does. Thank you. Doug, you want to run for governor in 2 years, buddy? Be a good-looking governor.
He'd be a good-looking governor. Doug, you want to run for governor in 2 years? Now let me step back for just a second. We'll go into this in our second segment this morning. But last week, I went to the Sidney Powell and Linwood campaign event. Okay? I did. I went there. And some of you got upset with me on Thursday. Some of you did. And I got messages. And I told you all the way through, there's many things that Linwood has said I do agree with. I agree over the top with so many things he has said and has brought to light. But I could not agree with him just saying, don't go vote. I couldn't agree with that. And I brought that to you, okay? Well, the President of the United States in Valdosta Saturday night told all you little Trumpomaniacs, that includes me, okay? He told all the little Trumpomaniacs, get out and vote. Go vote. Just like I tell you, we got to go vote. I'll get into why we got to go vote in the next segment, but we have to. Trump said that. But he also set up 2022. And I'm going to tell you something. January 5th, right? That's election day here in Georgia. January 5th is election day. I'm going to tell you something. January 6th is going to be an exciting day in Georgia also. Because why didn't House Speaker David Ralston sign on to the Kemp Lieutenant Governor Duncan Jeffries' statement last night? Why not? I don't know if he's thinking about a state run. I have no idea. Is Doug Collins thinking about running for governor? Huh? Maybe David Schaefer, the head of the Georgia GOP, that tweeted out that there was corruption in the Atlanta State Farm Arena. He put that tweet out there. That was weeks ago. He said what happened. Maybe David Schaefer. Let's see, David Schaefer ran against Jeff Duncan the first time and barely lost. We'll get into that corrupt money, where that corrupt money that Duncan put out on a website to attack David Schaefer. But maybe David Schaefer might surface again on that. I don't know. Maybe Josh McCoon. Remember Senator Josh McCoon down there in Columbus, Georgia? He ran against Brad Raffensperger. Maybe he might surface again. I don't know. Right? We don't know. But I know this. Give me number 46. I know this for a fact. And we're going to talk about 2022, okay? Because 2022, right there, right? Here is what they're hoping. The Democrats and Republicans are very nervous. Both are very nervous. Keep your elephant, keep your donkey. Welcome. We have a lion, Trump. They're both. Democrats and Republicans are both very nervous because Trump has an elephant gun and he's dropping rhinos to their knees with one shot. Saturday night, Doug, you would look like a good governor. You interested? You could put a blank on what Trump did Saturday night. And every Republican out there is hoping and praying that their name does not make the blank. I will go, even state. Trump caught state representatives and gave them a shout out. That's right. Okay, so Rudy has the COVID. Okay. Rudy has the COVID. We had a debate last night, Kelly Loeffler and Warnock. Warnock just proved he's a radical. I mean, when I say just proved, I'm trying to check the text. Thank you very much for your text. You're 100% right. I have the graphic. We're gonna bring it up afterwards. Thank you very much. This day in history, you're 100% right. The reason I asked, and I will tell you when I show you this in just a minute, the reason I asked is because I watched CNN, maybe Fox did. I watched CNN, MSNBC. I watched them this morning, not a mention of it. That's exactly where we're at in this country. When we come back, let's talk about the suitcases in Atlanta. Let's talk about what tomorrow is, the 8th, Judge Alito, and let's continue a little further with Brian P. Kemp and Lieutenant Governor Jeffrey Duncan becoming a hero of MSNBC and CNN. Take us a break, Emily.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics. 8:30 a.m. Monday morning. Do we stand a chance? Is it over? Is there more opportunities? What's happening? Are we going to get a chance in court? Rudy's got the Rona. Rudy's got the Rona. Rudy's got the Rona? Is it over? Is it over? Call it a day. Hold on. I'm trying to crop a picture really quickly. Hang tight. So, there we go. Emily, I'm sending you 2 pictures. Good morning. And everybody, good morning. And let me see. Sorry, folks, for the delay. I'm your host, BKP. I gave you all that. Yes, it is today in 1941. Okay. 1941 today, what took place. Emily, have these ready. I just sent you 2 new pictures. Please have these ready to go when I call for them. Let's see, they should be on their way now. All right, this day in 1941 at 7:55 this morning? Give me number 2, Emily. And this one is important for so many reasons out there why this is important. But Pearl Harbor bombed. Okay, right there. 1941, right? Is that the exact date on this date? Number 3. Give me number 3. At 7:55 a.m. Hawaii time, a Japanese dive bomber bearing the red symbol of the rising sun of Japan on its wings appears out of the clouds above the right there. All right, so 1941, 7:55 a.m., Pearl Harbor. What have we forgotten since this day? Oh, that being said. All right, so folks, let's talk about this for a minute. I have gotten so many messages over the weekend. You can take that down, Emily. I've gotten so many messages over the weekend about the different fraud. Maricopa County, Arizona, the raid on someone's home. The Michigan judge that has approved 20 Dominion voting machines be analyzed, right? You have all of these great reasons to continue to have hope, and I'm with you. You have sent me the messages, and that's how I know, because you're the research department, on the identity of the people at State Farm Arena. You're all over this. You know it was a fraud. You know the election was stolen. The 30,000 people. And let me just say that we know this, okay? And I don't want to waste the word's not. That's not correct. I don't want to say waste the 2 hours we have, but we only have 2 hours, so I want to stay focused. But you and I know Joe Biden, we're still dealing with common sense and logic. We know that Joe Biden did not receive 80 million votes and not have any down ballot, did not pull any down ballot coattails. Now, they will tell you that people, well, you got to understand, people didn't go vote for the president. They voted for Biden, but then they voted Republican. Okay? We know that. We know there could have been, should have been some coattails for Biden. You can't have, if Trump, let's just say Trump won 74 million and Biden won 74,500,000 votes. Okay? There would be some room to argue some of this. But you can't convince us that Biden got 80 million votes in America, that 80 million people really felt Joe Biden is the answer to our future in this country, to lead us through the pandemic, lead us through this economy, and had no coattails. None. You can't convince us that the coattail candidates, the Democrats out there, did not go out, if they knew this so well, did not go out and campaign saying, we know you think Joe is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Vote for me. It didn't happen. We know that. We know that a man that supposedly is the most popular vote, remember, in America, in history, could not get 1,000 people to watch his Thanksgiving Day unity speech. Could not. But a man that lost had 250,000 people, my understanding, on just one streaming network Saturday night. Just one. It didn't count any of the other streaming networks. I mean, they're counted. I think Fox carried it, right? Maybe. Newsmax, OAN, and then it was streamed in several different networks. So you want us to believe that a guy that couldn't get 1,000 people to click and listen to his unity speech, all right, won the election over a guy Saturday night that not running for anything right now, brought in 30,000 people during the pandemic, and probably 1 million people plus watched, right? We got that. You and I are on the same page. What do we do? Okay? What exactly do we do about it? Now, I know if I say our answer is at the ballot box, whoo, man, people are going to freak out because you've gone to the ballot box. I know if I say our answer is in 2020, I know you're just going to tan my hide, as they say, right? I know it. Then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? There is an opportunity here for us. Now, the courts, we have the swamp. Trump told you 4 years ago it had to be drained. Trump tried to tell you it had to be drained. Trump came out, and I'm going to get into my segment here, but Trump came out and said, hey, man, I've only been to Washington like 7, 8 times. He came out and said, I didn't realize the swamp was quite that bad. It's like, I got there, I was like, I'm going to drain this swamp. I was like, damn. He's not a staffer inside the White House that he could really trust from day one. The White House has been stocked up in every department and every area of the White House with leftovers that Obama kept in there as spies on the president the whole entire time for 4 years. So what are you going to do? Now, I think we have amazing opportunities in 2022 to do something we've never done in this country. And I think America is ready for it. And I don't want you to get upset when I say it's only 2 years away. And I don't want you to get upset when I say we have to send Loeffler and Perdue to the Senate. I'll get into that. But this guy here, Gabriel Sterling, and give me. Let's go with the video first, probably. Okay, Emily, let's go with the video that says. Wait a minute. We got that one. We got that one. Give me the video that says Indiana Republican Senator Mike Braun discusses the 2020 election. Give me that one. And start that at the beginning, and then remember where I want to pick it up.
Senators, you have not condemned this language or these actions. This has to stop. We need you to step up, and if you're going to take a position of leadership, show some. This is elections. This is the backbone of democracy, and all of you who have not said a damn word are complicit in this.
Gabe Sterling from the Secretary of State's office in Georgia, and we are joined now by Senator Mike Braun, Republican from Indiana. Senator Braun, thank you for joining us this morning. Joe Biden's victory has now been certified.
All right, now take that to 158 and hold it, all right, or whatever time I gave you. So that's Gabriel Sterling, all right? And I want to give a shout out to Debbie Dooley. She has done an open records request. We'll get into that in a little bit concerning Gabriel Sterling there. And we're going to get a little more information on Mr. But they told her it'd take 90 days to get the information she's requested. But we'll go over that. Okay. Gabriel Sterling, okay? Damn. I mean, I like it when he said, damn. You're not doing a damn thing about it, right? Give me number 47. This is from Gabriel Sterling's Twitter account, okay? February 29th, 2016. Tomorrow is an important day here in Georgia. I remind you again, regardless of whoever your candidate is, to stop Trump. I'm waiting for the applause. Yeah, stop Trump. Don't forget, it's always been about stopping Trump. This little piece of SH asterisk asterisk standing there at the podium, someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to get hurt. And you're not doing a damn thing about it. I'm angry. To stop Trump, you need to vote for Marco Rubio. He is the closest to Trump in the polls here. That was in Georgia. This must be about stopping Trump. Gabriel has always wanted to stop Trump. Gabriel has. Gabriel works for Brad Raffensperger. Now, I'm going to tell you something, okay? They're going to tell you that I don't do things they're going to say, well, he doesn't handle things. He reacts to things. He doesn't handle things in a professional manner. Brad Raffensperger knew this guy did not like Donald J. Trump. Don't believe the bullshit. I meant bull, SH asterisk asterisk. Don't believe it. Because listen, every time Raffensperger comes on TV or makes a statement, he says, I voted for Trump. Well, you jackass, you had to vote for Trump. If you want to run again, which we understand you're going to attempt to, you know everybody's going to search your voting record. And if it's found in any way whatsoever you didn't vote at all, voted for a write-in candidate or anyone other than Trump, your ass might not even run. So they do. They vote for Trump. Don't fall for that, okay? The first thing out of Kemp's, I vote for Trump. I vote for Trump. Lieutenant Governor Jeffrey Duncan, Jeffrey, as the president calls you, I voted for Trump. Gabe Sterling, I voted for Trump. I'm a Republican. always been about stopping Donald J. Trump. Don't believe a damn word. As Gabriel, you know how you went to the podium, Gabriel? I hope you will watch this and call me out, call me all kinds of names and everything. But as you went to the podium, Gabriel, and you got all upset, you have never, damn it, liked Donald J. Trump. All of you damn people have hated that man since the day he came down the escalator, and you've done every damn thing you could to stop him. And when it didn't work, you did it in an election by stealing it. Okay, there you go. Let's go to, now, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. Watch what happens. For all of you out there, this is for each and every one of you that have sent me the identity of the people down at the State Farm Arena pulling the suitcases out from under there. This is for all of you, okay? I'm with you. But watch this. How do we get any further? Watch what happens here. Minute 58. Roll the tape.
Future.
Sir, I think it's pretty hard to argue that it's been reflexively dismissed. What you've had since the election is certification processes in every state. Those include audits, and in many states, recounts. Those certifications have been done in many states led by Republican governors like Arizona and Georgia. There have been more than 55 lawsuits brought forward by the president and his allies. 38 have been dismissed by judges. There have been investigations directed by the Justice Department, by the Attorney General, and the Attorney General came back and said there's no evidence of widespread fraud. So the process has played out, hasn't it? And there's no evidence of widespread fraud. Why can't you accept the results?
I think it's easy to say it's played out because that might be the most convenient thing to say, but let's look at what the Secretary of State did not mention in Georgia. You know, the video where after a counting place closed, you see boxes of ballots coming out from underneath the table. I know that's kind of a graphic example, but
well, I have to stop you right there. No, that it wasn't mentioned because it didn't show anything improper. He's spoken to that this week. That was exactly the proper process for counting the ballots. There wasn't anything wrong shown in that video at all. So you're just throwing out a claim out there that doesn't prove what you're saying.
I think unless you scrutinize something like that further, or what about like
it was scrutinized,
where there were a couple 100,000 absentee ballots that got cast without a request for it. All I can tell you is if you don't at least give perfunctory kind of investigation into it, whether it's December 14th and what happens beyond, you're going to have a good part of the country. It's over 50% that view that something is amiss. And that's going to carry forward in terms of undermining a democracy. I just don't think that if you don't pursue it, overturn every stone, this is going to linger into the future, and it's going to be to the disadvantage of whoever is there trying to run the country. Well,
I guess the question is the harm to democracy being done by those who propagate false claims? In Wisconsin, judges have dismissed those claims as well after investigating it. Here's what your colleague, Senator Mitt Romney, had to say about this week.
For the president or anyone else to go out and allege widespread fraud and say the election is rigged and the election was stolen, that obviously strikes at the very foundation of democracy here and around the world, for that matter. People watch America. If we can't have a free and fair election, how can they have it in other nations of the world?
Here I am. I'm back to propagate false claims. Propagate false claims. That's who you and I, that's who we are. We're propagating false claims, right? Let me stop you right there. Nowhere this weekend did that video make the light of day on any of the networks. Nowhere. Well, I saw it on Fox. Okay, all right. Let's not get there. Nowhere. And if a U.S. senator that will not say Biden president-elect, do you see the hell they catch? Why won't you say Biden-elect? Say it, damn it, say it. Well, you know, after what we notice there in in Atlanta with the let me stop you right there. Everything's been debunked. Everything has. Everything's been debunked. You are just propagating false claims. States have run certifications. Now, what he is talking about, the senator from Indiana, is the Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, goes on ABC right before that. And he calls Stephanopoulos out. Go to that video. Let's play. I don't know if I will play all 5 minutes. Don't take this wrong. I don't know if I will. But go to the people of Georgia spoke in this election. Georgia Secretary of State. Let's go.
Trump has been mostly silent on the pandemic this week, and at his first post-election rally last night in Georgia, he continued his effort to overturn Joe Biden's victory with a blizzard of false claims.
You know, we won Georgia, just so you understand.
And we are joined now by Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. Secretary Raffensperger, thank you for joining us this morning. In addition to claiming victory, the president is pressuring the governor of your state to call a special session of the state legislature to try to overturn the results. You're a conservative Republican. You wanted President Trump to win. Can you explain why what he's saying and doing now is, in your view, wrong?
Well, good morning, George. The people of Georgia spoke in this election, and obviously I'm a conservative Republican, disappointed in the results, but I said we'll count every legal vote and work hard to make sure that no illegal votes are counted, and that's what we've been doing. I don't believe that there's the will in the General Assembly for a special session.
So you don't expect the special session to take place on Tuesday? I know there's a petition out there to try to call for it, and I know the governor has refused.
Well, that's something that's not that's beyond my office's calling. That's really the governor and the General Assembly, and I'm sure they'll have conversations. But at the end of the day, what they're really trying to say is if they did that, is they would be then nullifying the will of the people. If you look at how the elections turned out here in Georgia, President Trump got 10% less votes in Cherokee County, which is a rich red county in this election cycle. Whitfield County up in northwest Georgia, less than 4.5%. And so really, at the end of the day, the voice of the people were spoken. I'm disappointed as a conservative Republican also.
Your office has investigated claims of fraud. What have they found?
We've never found systemic fraud, not enough to overturn the election. We have over 250 cases right now. We reached out to the governor and asked for additional manpower resources with GBI. It gives us additional reach so we can finish up these investigations quickly. But right now, we don't see anything that would overturn, the will of the people here in Georgia.
You had the hand audit, you had the machine recounts. The president is trying to make an issue now of what he calls signature verification. What's at play there?
Well, I just read Governor Scott Walker said on Facebook that this upcoming election we need to do signature match. We always have been doing signature match. In fact, I strengthened signature match. If you filled out a paper application and that came back with a signature, we matched it then. And then we went ahead, when you send in your ballot, we matched it again. And I'm the first Secretary of State to ever stand up online portal for absentee ballot applications, which connects us with photo ID. And so we've strengthened that. We've also done
Now hold that video there, Emily. Can you remember where you stopped that? Remember where you stopped that. We're going to come back to that, okay? Let me just say something about Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger comment on signature match. If signature match was something they've done, then why not? Why not allow in the audit signature review? Why not? That is not true, period. I interviewed a GOP chair in North Georgia. I sit down with a GOP chairman in North Georgia that I've known for a long time. I know is a straight shooter, okay? And I said, when you did the audit, because when you did the audit, were you allowed to look at signatures? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't believe what that man just said there. Because if he mild-manneredly says to America through George Stephanopoulos. Their Republicans now have found a home. These rhinos, these never-Trumpers have a home, and you know the ones that are gravitating to ABC, CNN, like Gabriel Sterling, because Gabe was on, I don't have it, he was on there with Chuck Todd. I'm not going to play that, but Gabe was on with Chuck Todd. He went to MSNBC, he went to ABC, right? These never-Trumpers. And when he says signature verification match, George Stephanopoulos doesn't follow up and say, well, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. Did you allow in the audit for them to match signatures? No, they did not. Because I asked, were you allowed to look at the signatures? No. No signature verifications. Interesting. Now, the people have spoken. Let me just say this. We're going to take a break. He wants you to believe the people of Georgia has spoken. Okay. They have spoken, the people of Georgia, right? Brad Raffensperger, Attorney General Chris Carr, okay? Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, and Governor Brian Kemp. You need to pay attention to the people that spoke by showing up, 30,000 of them in Valdosta Saturday. Every time you say the people have spoken, okay? How come you didn't tell George Stephanopoulos that you can't take the phone calls anymore? You can't take it. The emails, the phone calls, that your office is jammed up, okay? Now, I do not advocate, and I think it's wrong if anybody in the Secretary of State's office has been threatened. We don't need to threaten people. But you can go on the internet and cry. You can go on TV shows and cry about things, being threatened, right? Let me just say this. Here's the one that gets me. He says what you and I would like to have happen is what? Nullifying the will of the people. Nullifying the will of the people. I get so stuck on that. Wow. All right. Are we nullifying the will of the dead people? Are we nullifying the will of the underage? The people that registered under legal voting age? Are we nullifying the will of the people that did not legally re-register their address as they moved from another state, another county? Are we nullifying the will of the people that moved out of state? Whose will are we exactly nullifying, Secretary of State Raffensperger? Whose will? Are we nullifying the will? Here's the one, and I'm going to take a break and come back. But this one I keep enjoying, and I say that I enjoy this one in Pennsylvania. I enjoy this one in Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, Georgia. Every time I hear over and over, the fraud is not enough to overturn the election. But the fraud is okay to a point. If we just have a little fraud, just a little, there's a level of fraud that's acceptable in our elections. There's a level we can live with in our elections, right? That one gets me every time, that we've not found the level of fraud enough to overturn the election. Now, if we can find enough to overturn the election, just like if we could believe that damn truck driver that had 288,000 ballots, if we could believe that, or we could believe the lady in Michigan that said she watched 75 ballots approximately come in a stack that was ballot harvesting, if we could just find enough of that fraud to overturn the election, fraud is okay to a point with these people. Damn. Take a break. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, 1 nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
And we're back. I am BKP. Wow. Guy turns 101 tomorrow in Blue Ridge. I just got a message. Hey, Dale Dyer turns 101 tomorrow. We declared 12/8 as Dale Dyer Day thought you might want to call him or give him a shout out. I certainly do. Way to go. Dale Dyer turned 101. All right, so that's tomorrow. Currently, he's 100 and 364 days old. Just saying, that one day's a biggie. By the way, where the hell was I going before I looked at that message? Oh, I'm your host, BKP. And I'm here to, what would George Steph... Just stop right. I have to stop you right there. That's going to be my favorite. I just got to stop you right there. I'm going to start doing that in interviews. When I have people on, I stop you right there. I got to stop you. I got to stop you right there. Chris Wallace, I got to stop you right there, right? It's like the Never Trumper, what's that guy's name, Neil Cavuto, when Trump was, I got to stop this right here, right? So here I am propagating false claims. That's what they say I'm doing, propagating false claims. Now, Sidney Powell is is presenting a case in court today. Dominion voting machines. A judge has allowed them to do some research on a Dominion voting machines, maybe 20 of them in Michigan. Judge Alito says tomorrow, okay, in Pennsylvania, remember the 8th is the day, right? December 8th, all court disputes are supposed to, but the Constitution does not say they have to be. So, I mean, as the media is giving you this right here, okay, now I'm not trying to give you false hope. And don't take that wrong. I'm not giving up by no means. I mean, on January 21st, if the deep state takes over the Oval Office once again, that's what it will be to me. Not that Joe Biden is the will of the people elected, but I want to show you something here because they have a drop dead date right here. Where's it at? Rudy's got the COVID. All right, here we go. Number 33. Okay. The safe harbor deadline. All states must resolve election-related disputes. December 14th, electors vote in their states. Now, that is the created federal date timeline. That's what's created. December 8th, all of the court, all states must resolve election-related disputes. Everything in the courts are supposed to be resolved tomorrow. That is not constitutional, but it is one where they're all sweating. Tomorrow's a big, 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 big day for Biden and the corruption and the team of corrupt agents, his agents of corruption, going along with the networks, okay? The Never Trumpers, the Rhinos, all the above. But give me 4. We'll look at this a little closer in a minute. We know the court cases. You're going to keep up with them today, and you're going to send me all kinds of information because I've got to go to some meetings. Give me number 4. Alito moves up Pennsylvania's response date on emergency application to day before safe harbor deadline. Alito previously ordered the state to respond a day after the safe harbor deadline. I promise I'll get that in a little bit, okay? But they're moving it. He's moving it up. Where is old Alito here? I had it here a minute ago. Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito changed a key deadline for Pennsylvania officials to respond to a lawsuit from Republicans seeking to flip the state election results from Joe Biden to President Trump. On Sunday, Alito moved the deadline for Pennsylvania's officials to respond by Wednesday, December 9th at 4 p.m. to Tuesday, December 8th at 9 a.m. So they've got 9 a.m. tomorrow morning to respond. The day of the state's safe harbor deadline, the previous deadline meant that Congress could not change any of the electors set state after the date. This year, the Electoral College meets on the 14th, blah, blah, blah. Republicans, now listen to this. I want to do a lot more today. Republicans in Pennsylvania, okay? This is big. We don't know what will happen, but this one is big, okay? None of the networks are talking about this one. Well, I'm watching OAN and I'm watching Newsmax, and they are. I got it. Well, I'm watching Glenn Beck and I'm watching The War Room with Steve Bannon. They are. I got it. We're in this together. I got it. Well, I flipped over to Fox and I went to see Steve Doocy, and he said something. I got it. The networks are not carrying this. Yes, the War Room, Bannon. Yes, I get it. Rush. Yes, I get it. Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Marie Bartoloma. I got it, baby. We're all together. Republicans in Pennsylvania asked the Supreme Court to overturn the state's 2019 law on mail-in voting, a legal endeavor spearheaded by GOP Mike Kelly and Trump ally Sean Parnell. They argue that the statute known as Act 77 violates the state and federal constitution by allowing for no excuse mail-in votes on large scale. The act allowed voters to cast their ballots by mail up to 50 days prior to the election without giving an excuse, which was previously required in order to receive an absentee ballot. More than 2.5 million Pennsylvania residents voted by mail last month, consisting over one third of the total ballots cast statewide. Now, they're going to argue, Republican officials, to make an appeal to the Supreme Court. They're going to argue that this was an unconstitutional move. Senator Ted Cruz urged the Supreme Court to hear Kelly's lawsuit, saying the case raises serious legal issues. This appeal argues that Pennsylvania cannot change rules in the middle of the game. If Pennsylvania wants to change how voting occurs, the state must follow the law and do so, Cruz said, the Republican senator. So just over a month ago, Justice Alito, along with Justice Thomas and Justice Gorsuch, wrote correctly, I believe, concerning the Pennsylvania court's previous decision to court ballots received after Election Day, that there is a strong likelihood that the state Supreme Court decision violates the federal Constitution. All right, so let me get out of that for a minute, because they don't want to talk about this one tomorrow. This one they do not want to go nowhere near. We got all that. I'm with you. Pal's going to argue one today. This is not over. We need one judge to say there's something to see here. Up till now, you've heard George Stephanopoulos, you've heard Jake Tapper, you've heard all of them, you've heard your Secretary of State laugh and say, nothing to see here. The suitcases came out from under the table. Nothing to see here. Nothing. At around 8:30, we had testimony in Arizona about the dump of ballots that pushed Biden so far up that Fox News called the race at 10 p.m. for Arizona. Nothing to see here. Okay? Saturday Night Live. Okay? Number 49. Number 49, Saturday Night Live, Melissa Carone. All right? The witness in Michigan. Number 50, Saturday Night Live made fun of her. Nothing to see here. We're going to make fun of you guys. They made fun of her. Go back to number 49. Made fun of her. Nothing to see here. But if Alito in this court case today, come back to it, Alito moves up Pennsylvania number 4. Now, while we have that there, remember, what did Raffensperger say? We can't find enough fraud. Not enough fraud. Okay? And we need, all the Democrats say, we need a new Voting Rights Act. Holy mackerel, get the nitro. The Democrats want a new Voting Rights Act. Get the damn nitro out. Okay? And I'll tell you what, the new Voting Rights Act that they want, okay? The new Voting Rights Act that they want makes it to where you never win again, because they know 2022 is coming up. Where's the article? Where's the article? Where's the article? And you send me messages. I can't thank you enough on the messages I get. Where's the damn article? Come on, give me the article. Give me the article. This is from the Federalist, right? What is Mark Zuckerberg's election money doing in Georgia? The biggest question the Georgia legislature should ask is whether a California billionaire should be allowed to waltz into the Peach State and finance aspects of their election. How about you ask that Thursday at the House hearings? 350 to nonprofit run by Republican operatives who previously worked at the dark money outfit tied to Karl Rove, where they trained digital activists and campaign workers, right? Let's see here. The CTCL, Center for Tech and Civil Life, right? Mark Zuckerberg, donors, out-of-state donors, Mark Zuckerberg and his wife gave $350 million to the allegedly nonpartisan nonprofit Center for Tech and Civil Life, which in turn re-granted the funds to thousands of governmental elected officials around the country. As testified Friday to Georgia State Senate, the Georgia data are still startling, okay? I don't have time to get into that. I got some other things to do. I only got a 2-hour show. But let me just say this. They can pour millions of dollars into the state through grants. And then the grants go to counties to help them. What did I bring up Friday on the show Friday? Folks, State Farm Arena. Go look it up in the hearings last week. State Farm Arena gave Fulton County. The arena gave it to them. What's that donation? What's the value of State Farm Arena? If you were to call State Farm Arena and say, I'd like to do a dirt bike rally, our monster truck rally, what does a 4-day at State Farm Arena cost? With all the popcorn vendors, the beer here, security cams, everything. What's that cost? Right? What was that donation worth to Fulton County? Because on Monday, Fulton County, they all want the counties to run the election. We can't help it. Fulton County ran. What was that donation worth? And then when they gave them the State Farm Arena to use to count ballots, they said, hey, we've got 300 people that aren't working. Well, hell, just use them. Train them and use them. We're paying for them. We're paying their salaries. We've got over 300 people. Oh, so you're going to give us State Farm Arena? Who's talking about this? And you're going to give us 300 people? Who's talking about this? And then you're going to give us over 100 Democrat vote calculators, the drop boxes, to stuff ballots and give us a free place. Who's talking about any of this? But Brad Raffensperger can't find enough fraud, enough to overturn. There's a limit on the fraud to overturn. Right? Who's talking about this? Nobody is talking about this. What the hell? And then on top of that, a toilet stops up and they can't find a plunger. And everybody runs out and says, oh, this is Channel so-and-so reporting live in the State Farm Arena where we've just had a water main break. Well, no, somebody took a hefty and flushed and it didn't go down. And it's leaking and they can't find a plunger. It was total bullcrap. Nobody's talking about this. But Brad and Gabriel, damn it, nobody is trying to stop this. What the hell, you little wuss? All right, anyhow, what the hell? I'm losing it. Oh, hell. Warnock, Kelly Loeffler, I get it. Now, I want to get into something before Christmas. I want to get into something. Let's switch the gears, okay? All right. I want to get into this for a reason. Now, I got 2 more real segments I want to do before I get out of here today. I brought this up earlier, and I said this last week, number 46. All right. Okay? The American people could care less about party right now. They could care less. Now, on one hand, you have one party that wants to get credit for bailing out states and local government. Another party wants to get credit for giving you $1,200. The American people don't want your $1,200. I get it. You took it the first time. We were told back in March we needed to take it, stay home for 14 days, and return to work. It was like a doctor's excuse. We accepted the first one as like a doctor's excuse. Don't go back to school. And you remember when you said to the doctor, you showed up at the doctor, and the doctor said, you need to take 2 weeks off to recover. And you looked at the doctor. Remember this? Back in the day, you looked at the doctor and you said, yeah, okay, who's supposed to send my paycheck to the house? I mean, who's going to tell the mortgage company that you said, I don't know who's going to do any of that. The doctor said, Fauci and them are commies. They're commies. Damn commies, folks. Fauci and them are commies. All right. So you remember the doctor says, I don't know who's going to tell the mortgage company you can't pay. I don't know who's going to feed your kids. I'm just telling you, take 2 weeks off. That's what they did in America, right? Everybody come out. That was the best thing to do. So government said, okay, look, we're 2 weeks off. You're going to everybody get $1,200. Okay. Take next 2 weeks off. We took that. We did. It was like a doctor's excuse. We don't want that anymore. We want to open our businesses. There's people that start their business. I mean, I know guys and girls, I know they're all in it, right? They save their money, right? And they go and they buy. This is one guy I know that's got this major landscaping company. And I mean, it's not small. And I'll never forget, this goes back about 30 years ago when a guy bought his first lawnmower. First lawnmower. And would come to your house with a pickup truck and a lawnmower on a little trailer and a shovel and plant your trees. And this is a major landscaping company today, right? It's all over. You know the guy or the girl, because there's a lot of ladies. Don't get out there. I ain't got time for no bullshit, okay? I know a lot of guys and girls. Sorry about the language. I know a lot of guys and girls, right? Went out there, bought their first van, and they got all excited because they went over and the guy said, I will paint your house on the side of the van, and here's my phone number. It's exciting, man, right? And then I remember, all the people out there in America that have done that. They opened a flower shop in downtown America. They opened a candle shop, maybe. They opened a corner bar, a clothing store, and they put everything in it. They don't want your $1,200. And let me tell you what they have. They have 7 or 8 employees. That's America. 7 or 8. And they treat them like family, and they get to know them. And they know when their kids are sick and they got to stay home. And they know when they're struggling, and they come together. These small business owners, they come together with their people when they need, and they help them however they can. And they look there, and they're not looking for something from the government. They're looking to open the doors. They open the doors to pay all their bills, but they open the doors, small business owners, for the people that come in there at work to pay their bills too. They come together. Small business owners are not selfish people. They're not. They look at the needs of their people as equal to their own. A lot of small business owners go without to make sure that their people have first. I'm just telling you. Government don't care. Let me tell you something. Those people from sea to shining sea don't give a crap about an elephant or a donkey. They don't give a crap what side of the ballot you're on. They're going to vote Donald Trump. They've had it. Now, this is in California. I want to go to this video before we take our last break of the day. I had so much of this. There's a couple of these that I could have shown you today, but I want to show you this one. Give me the one where restaurateur Angela Marsden, play that one. It's 1 minute and 13 long.
I'm losing everything. Everything I own is being taken away from me. And they set up a movie company right next to my outdoor patio. which is right over here.
Angela Marsden, owner of Pineapple Hill Saloon and Grill, outraged and emotional, posting this video on social media after she saw production tents and tables set up in a parking lot just a few feet from the outdoor dining area she's not allowed to use.
Like, I literally have been punched in the face 10 times over. I have done the dance. I've done everything that they've wanted.
Marsden has owned the bar and grill she calls the Cheers of this Sherman Oaks neighborhood for 10 years. She spent around $80,000 building an outdoor patio and making changes to meet LA's COVID health requirements.
This is dangerous, right? Right here is dangerous, but just walk over there and eat.
People involved in the television production were seen dining under the tents.
Mayor Garcetti and Gavin Newsom is responsible for every single person that doesn't have unemployment, that does not have a job, and all the businesses that are going under. And we need your help. We need somebody to do something about this.
Sit down there with no mask if you're a movie company and eat. 10 years. Now play the other video that's with her. I've got one more there that says Los Angeles pub owner cry for help. Play this, and it's 24 minutes long. We're not going to play that, but play it till I say come back.
Here's what I say to any politician that says, you know, you need to save lives and stay at home. Well, we don't live in your mansions and swim in your pools. I have been dealing with the public since day one because I have to survive. And if I don't survive, not only will I lose things, but I have 13 people that work for me that they can't pay their bills. Hi, my name is Angela Marsden, and I own the Pineapple Hill Grill and Saloon. And we've been here since 1978. I'm the third owner. Been here for 10 years. And
I just wanted to show you that. You can find that 24-minute video that she does. It's great. You can watch that, okay? We don't swim in your pools. We don't ride in your limousines. We don't, you know, I'm going to tell every politician out there, stay at home and stay safe. Stay safe and stay at home. She didn't say, let me paint you something here. Let me paint you something you better pay attention to. She didn't say Democrat or Republican, did she? Did she say Democrat or Republican? No. She said Gavin Newsom, the governor, and Garcetti. Is that Los Angeles mayor? Right? We don't swim in your pools. We don't live in your mansions. We have to work. Now, let me tell you something. It is December 7th. December 7th. Christmas. The government does not care if your kids have Santa Claus or could see Santa Claus. The government is telling you to keep Santa in a plexiglass. Stay away. See Santa safely. The government's telling you to stay home. Cancel Christmas. The government does not care how you're paying your bills. The government does not care if your business owner, small business owner, is looking at the books and saying, okay, we have $5,000 left for the year. I'm going to divide it up. I mean, just saying, right? I'm going to give everybody $300-400 for Christmas. They don't care if the small business owner is saying, I got to try to keep everybody employed for next year. I guess we better save every dime. You don't care. They don't care if your kids have Christmas. They don't care if you have rent money. They don't care if you have food money. They don't care if you're hungry. It's a socialist country. What they want is they want to save your ass once again at Christmas time. They want to be your savior at Christmas. No pun intended. Sorry, excuse me, Jesus. That's what they want. They want to win and be your savior. They want you to, what have you been trained for a year? To submit to the government. Listen to the government. Listen to the rules. Do as they tell you. Shut your businesses down. We've been in training for a damn year. And if you go away this morning thinking for 1 second that they care, I'm sorry, you're totally wrong. Don't care about your kids, don't care about your grandkids, don't care if you're out in the cold, don't care if you are a landlord and you're not getting your rent paid and you can't keep your mortgage, no matter what it is, they don't care. They want the government to bail out your local they want to bail out schools, they want to bail out local governments, they want to stay in that, and then they want to save us. We always here in the last, 30 years, we'll just call it 30 years, Americans, we seem to love being saved by our government. And that's what they're trying to do to us now. Cripple us to a point where people like that, but let me tell you something, she don't care if there's an R, a D, anything. Better get ready, America. Things are changing 2022. Take a break. We're going to come back. Don't leave. I want to run through some pictures that you need to see. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
All right, folks, we're back. December 7th, 2020. Royal Navy shadows 9 Russian warships off UK, says ready to respond. Don't forget that's out there. There's still a world out there. Unusual high level of Russian activity in the English Channel today. Folks, I want to go through some quick pictures. As you know, I go and I crop pictures every morning, so I want to run through this. I've got 15 minutes. Give me number 5. GOP calls for liability protections. Dems demand local government funding. They don't care. They're trying to make it to where Biden saves America. Number 6, California locks down, Biden staffs up. Number 6, CNN. Okay? They don't care. They're going to try to set it up where the media highlights that Biden saves America. Watch and see. Number 7, America's hoping for imminent vaccination may be disappointed. Oh, it was just last week we had good news. You may be disappointed. Maybe they found out, the corrupt media's internal polling found out that last week's good news, the last 2 weeks that the vaccine is here and ready, would give Trump credit. That the American people, there was probably some polling that says this would give Trump credit. Okay? America's hoping for imminent vaccination, may be disappointed. So they got to start playing it down. Number 8, these are the kind of pieces of garbage that we are listening to. Just like to bring up 1 or 2. Number 8, Loeffler sidesteps election fraud questions and debate with Warnock. Warnock dodges number 10. Okay. I wish I had more time to get into that debate with what happened. Like Greg Bluestein said, Trump's false narrative has been debunked. They all say it's been debunked. Number 11, candidates debate ahead of runoff. Number 12, candidates debate ahead of pivotal Georgia runoffs. Warnock there. Number 13, Attorney General Barr is considering leaving post before Trump exits office. Okay. Number 14, the crime fighter. Giuliani's in the hospital with coronavirus after maskless meetings. Maskless. Number 15, Giuliani in the hospital with coronavirus. Here is the woman we talked about. Number 16, crisis in California. 33 million under new lockdown order. 17, CNN again here. Americans hoping for imminent vaccination may be disappointment. 19, look at that. All of California, over 4 million, 23 million people there in lockdown. Lockdown. Number 18, is that 18? What did I say? I had 17, 18. There you go. Okay. Oh, you're moving. 19. That's where you're at. Okay, 19. Sorry about that. Republicans fear Trump's unfounded rigged election claims might discourage turnout in vital Georgia state Senate runoffs. There is Jeffrey Duncan, George Hamilton, with his tan. Jeffrey Duncan, the lieutenant governor, one and done. Okay. Trump gave to Georgia. And let's be clear, Trump told all the Trumpomaniacs out there to go vote. He did. So go vote. Number 20, they got the little Bluestein there, the little AJC boy, the boy with the haircut. He's got a nifty haircut, don't he, that boy does? That's a good little boy right there. Number 20, Georgia Lieutenant Governor warns of Trump's negative impact on Senate races. Number 21, Trump campaigned for Georgia Senate candidates while falsely claiming election was stolen from him. Falsely. Here is Gregory, number 22. Georgia GOP Senator Loeffler refuses to admit Trump lost Georgia. Number 23, Georgia Republicans rebuff. They rebuffed him. Trump's attempt to overturn Biden's win. Here is 24. This is Kemp and Jeffrey Duncan, which let me remind you, in the statement that is put out, this time there's no House Speaker David Ralston signed on to it. Just check that out. Just saying. I love it. This is my favorite part. When these guys think And then when they become media darlings like MSNBC and CNN, oh, I'm telling you. Number 25, Governor Kemp and Duncan say no. They say flat out no. I'm going to bypass those. Number 28, Barr could leave before inauguration. Okay. Number 29, the New York Times, they have the intel always. Trump's final days of rage and denial. There's a claim, see, Biden's going to do, my understanding, a virtual inauguration. Now you're out there saying, oh my God, now you're accepting he's president. No. They're reporting that Biden's going to do a virtual inauguration. So Trump's going to say, to hell with this. I doubt Trump will be there, okay? Because being there acknowledges not he lost. The president of the United States said the other night, if I lost the election, I would leave. I'd go to Mar-a-Lago. I would relax. I would leave, but I didn't lose the election. There you go. So sources are telling everybody that he's going to go to Florida and hold a massive rally on the same day that Biden's being virtually. Number 30, did Giuliani spread the virus? Did he spread the COVID? Number 31, is Trump hurting the GOP? Number 32, is Trump's fight over? Is it over? Has Pegleg won? Pegleg Biden? The guy in the boot? The guy wearing the boot. Okay. Number 34, just 27 congressional Republicans acknowledge Joe Biden's win. And Trump has a elephant gun, and he's dropping rhinos right between the eyes. Let me get to this. Number 36, Trump said 25. Wow. Send me a list of those rhinos. I plan to put them on my Twitter Christmas list. Oh, yeah, that's what you're going to get on. You're going to get on Trump's Twitter Christmas list, the rhinos. Number 37, just 27. Here's a picture, number 39, of the great President Donald J. Trump in Valdosta. There's another one, number 40. Okay, number 40. There's one, number 41. You got to get ready for this next one. Got to get ready. Number 42. Melania Trump. 43. Just say it. The Trumpster and Melania Trump. Number 44, AJC's darling this morning, number 44. Why Kemp won't call a special session to illegally overturn Georgia's election. To illegally overturn. You know, here's the thing with me, okay? I keep hearing it's just going to end up in court. What the hell? So it ends up in court. It's just going to end up in court. Don't forget, Gabe Sterling, number 47. A very telling tweet for this guy that was so upset the other day. Tomorrow is an important day in Georgia. I remind you, regardless of whatever your candidate is, to stop Trump. Stop Trump. This must be about stopping Trump. This is a tell-all, man. This is just bam. This is a tell-all. Oh, Brian Kemp, if you would have your attorneys look over number 48. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2 and 3 of the Constitution here. There may be a way that you could actually, not have to call a special session, but just say, let's get together. Number 53, just 27 congressional Republicans. Joe Biden's win. That is Gumby there, number 53. Number 54, Trump's campaign for Georgia's Senate candidates while falsely claiming election was stolen from him. Now, you know what I always say? You know what I say on this next one? This is what you don't want to find in the punch bowl, especially at the Christmas party, floating around, number 55. That's one turd you don't want to find in the punch bowl. I know my language. I apologize, okay? That is Al Sharpton. Trump campaigns for Georgia Senate candidates. Okay, give me number... Now, Raffensperger, Secretary of State Raffensperger, okay? He wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, number 56. Number 56. Trump runs the Stacey Abrams playbook. Evidence-free charges of election fraud are corrosive no matter who makes them. Raffensperger goes after Trump, all right, in an op-ed. And who immediately runs on Twitter to kiss his ass? Number 57. Great op-ed. Georgia Secretary of State Raffensperger. Trump runs Stacey Abrams playbook, Wall Street Journal. Gabriel Sterling tweeted that out. Well, and then if we can't get enough rhinos to make the list in Georgia, number 58, Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr makes the list before we close our show today. I support Governor Kemp and Governor Duncan's statement. Interesting. The election of presidential electors has already taken place in a manner directed by Georgia's legislature at the time set by Congress. There is no applicable legal avenue for replacing the choice of electors after the election. Well, damn this Constitution. Get this off the set. Get it off the set now. I mean, I can't have a Constitution out here on a daily basis. It's like, I'm going to stick with my Constitution. Sorry, folks. Had a moment of weakness. There is no applicable legal avenue for replacing the choice of electors after the election. Wow. Attorney General Chris Carr. Hell, you say. All right, folks. Give me number 46 again. Keep your elephant, keep your donkey. You have a lion. Can you remember where we were at in that George Stephanopoulos Secretary of State video? If you can remember where we're at there, go there and play that. We've got 6 minutes, but play that until I tell you to come back, please. Were you not able to get that one up? The one with Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger.
ID. And so we've strengthened that. We've also done training with our election officials through the GBI signature match learning and techniques that they use to verify signatures. So we've strengthened signature match in Georgia. We'll continue to do that, follow the law.
You've got 2 runoff elections coming up in early January for Senate in Georgia. Both those Republican candidates have called for you to be removed from office. Do you still support their candidacy?
Absolutely. I'm a Republican. I vote for Republicans, so I wish them well. The job of the Republican Party is to raise money and turn out the vote. My job as Secretary of State is to make sure we have honest and fair elections. It's as simple as that. And I think in my office, integrity matters.
Do you think there's any, because of all these questions about the election, do you think it might make it more difficult for the Republican candidates to prevail in January?
Well, it makes it, these distractions, this disunity, it does make it more difficult. And so the candidates are out there running hard, and I understand there'll be debates today, and I wish them well.
On Thanksgiving, President Trump called you an enemy of the people. What kind of threats have you and your family received since then?
We've had death threats. My wife's had sexualized text and things like that. And now they've actually gone after, and people have been following, some of, young poll workers, election workers in Gwinnett County, and also our folks that are in one of our offices. And so you're seeing just irrational, angry behavior. It's unpatriotic. People shouldn't be doing that. We had an election. Like I said, I wish my guy would have won. And it looks like he's not. And it looks like he doesn't have enough votes to prevail.
What's your message to Republicans who refuse to accept the election results?
It's one of those situations when you're in an 80% Trump county, you just don't understand. But there are other counties that feel exactly the opposite. And at the end of the day, we as Republicans didn't turn out enough voters. Our office as Secretary of State is really just to look at what those votes totals were, and we report the results. And that's why it gets back to the state party didn't do their job, didn't raise enough money, and didn't turn out enough people.
But there's no doubt in your mind President Trump lost the state of Georgia, lost the election?
Yeah, sad but true. I wish he would have won. I'm a conservative Republican, and I'm disappointed, but those are the results.
Secretary Raffensperger, thanks for your time this morning.
So let me leave you with these parting words, and they may be the best parting words I have, that maybe I should have had them as opening words. The state party, you didn't do your job. David Schaefer, can we please send this message to David Schaefer from me? Brad Raffensperger said you didn't do your job. David Schaefer, GOP chair. Brad Raffensperger said that to you. You didn't do your job. Rebecca Yardley, can we send this message to Rebecca from that I make sure she gets it? See, Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, said you didn't do your job, Rebecca. The state executive committee that was on the other day that we played the video, the meeting you had with Brad Raffensperger said, state party, you didn't do your job. You didn't get out the vote. You didn't raise the money. So Brad Raffensperger, I'm a Republican. I vote for Republicans. Yeah, because I told you earlier, you can never be seen not voting for a Republican, okay? But you didn't do your job. Raffensperger. State Republican Party. Now, the second thing I need to close with, if you live in a county, which I do, so he's directly talking to you and he's directly talking to me. If you You just don't understand. If you live in a county that voted 80% Trump, you just don't understand. You don't get it. Interesting. Well, I will tell you this. When that man, Secretary of State, attacks the party he says he is a Republican of, in the same sentence, next sentence, he says, I'm a Republican, I vote for Republicans, and then he attacks the Republican Party. I will tell you this. January 5th, I am asking you to go vote for Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue. I am. I'm asking you to go vote for them January 5th. But tune in here January 6th, because there's a hell of a lot getting ready to break wide open in Georgia. And folks, for those of you that keep saying, what are we going to do? No, I haven't lost hope. We don't know what Supreme Court Justice Alito is going to do tomorrow. We don't know 100% what's going to happen. But I'm going to tell you this. I will be here getting ready for 2022. I hope you will join me, because this will be the major opportunity we have. Because you got to remember something, okay? Let's say on January 21st, Trump is still president. Let's just say it is, right? And let's say if Loeffler and Perdue win, let's say they do, and we have that narrow margin in the Senate, but we still have to deal with pesky Pelosi, right? In 2022, we have a chance to just blow things up, take the House our way, not Rhino way. Take the Senate our way. And even if you don't have the White House in 2022, trust me, 2022, don't forget it. I'll be here. What about you? I will see you tomorrow morning. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I have. Send me information. Always put that up to close. I know it's 10:02. Put up the close. Send me information. Stay in touch. Friends, stay in touch. I have to go to a meeting. All right? Take us out of here, Emily. Great job today.